Hi YouTube, today we're going to talk about the metal element from 5-element theory in traditional Chinese medicine, which comes from Daoism. So we're going to jump into the metal element. Before we do, I'll just introduce myself. If you're new around here, my name's Sally. I'm a yoga teacher and I'm a counselor, and I also have experience living and working in China, and I speak Mandarin. So that's a little bit about me. So why are we going to talk about the metal element today? So we are in autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. So I'm in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. So we're down in the Southern Hemisphere and we are halfway through autumn. Autumn, it is the season of letting go. So metal element is linked with the season of autumn, and the two organs that are part of the metal element are the lungs and the large intestines. So those are the areas of the body that let go of waste. So from our digestive system, our large intestine is where we release waste. And for our respiratory system, our lungs are where we kind of clean up any waste and expel it from the lungs with coughing and so forth. The reason why we focus on the seasons and the elements from 5-element theory is because this is a way of navigating through the year, taking into account the 4 different seasons and how we can approach those seasons to get the best out of our emotional and physical well-being. So if we think about autumn, it's a transition from the end of summer into winter. So summer is like a time of a lot of socializing and energy. It's the fire element. We're moving from the metal element into the water element, which is winter. So we're in metal. And so if you have an imbalance in your metal element, you're going to notice you're going to have some problems. You're going to have trouble with letting go. You maybe have some unresolved grief that you haven't dealt with. So really when we practice yoga in the 5-element theory, we're really working on letting go. So if we're storing old emotions in our hips, we can practice poses like pigeon pose to release any extra tension that's built up in our hips. If you are looking for some counseling, I do have some openings. So if you go onto my Instagram at Studio China and DM me, send me a direct message and we can set up a time. Look forward to hearing from you. Another really nice pose is just general like self-massage, like massaging the tummy, helping with that to get that digestive tract going. So if you have any imbalances in your large intestine, that can often mean some kind of problem with grief or letting go. And the same for your lungs. People who experience asthma or some kind of lung condition are having some sort of problem letting go of some something emotional, or they've lost someone, or there's some grief there that hasn't been processed. So that's a little bit about it. Now, in terms of practice, there's a really nice thing you can do. So because we're talking about the metal element, it's really nice to have a meditation where you close your eyes and focus on some sort of shiny metal object. So imagine a beautiful metal mobile that you've made with some shiny metal objects. So whether it's a piece of alfoil or an old fork or something shiny and metal, and picture that glistening in the sun, and then you can bring that beautiful metal image of this metal glistening in the sun, and you can bring that into your lungs and large intestine to help to clear any imbalances that you have in those areas. So some of the practices that you might like to do in autumn to help with clearing out the energy of a past season or a past time of your life is to obviously declutter in your home. So go through old clothes, old books, old cupboards, sorting things out, declutter and clearing out in this process of letting go. That's a really nice, helpful, practical way that you can help yourself to move through the process of letting go. So if we look at the positive and negative mental and emotional categories from this book, 5 Elements, 6 Conditions by Gilles Marin, on page 76, he's talking about when your metal element is in harmony, you're going to feel honest, hopeful, uplifted, easygoing, elegant, in touch, and sympathetic. If your metal element is not balanced, you're going to feel hypocritical. Things are going to feel tedious. You're going to be irresponsible, impolite, affected, hopeless, melancholic, or sad. So those are the two different sides of the coin of the emotional well-being in the metal element. So really, when we are working on the practices for your in the season of autumn for the metal element, we're trying to heal the lungs, clear the lungs, and process things in our emotions to help sure we've got a nice clear digestive tract. And if we think about why metal is the element of letting go, think about this shiny knife that's kind of cutting away anything that's unneeded in our world. That's a really nice way to think about it. And something that is, to quote from page 51, metal cuts through cleanly. It's very sharp, very polished, very shiny, and very smooth. So that's why we want to focus on smooth, clean, shiny metal. And we can bring that beautiful, clean, shiny energy in to help heal our metal element. So the lungs are the yin metal organ, and the large intestine is the yang metal organ. So that's the elimination. So if you think about it, our lungs are what enable us to take in the beautiful oxygen that we need and get rid of the other waste that we don't. The same for our digestive tract. We take in the food that we need and eliminate what we don't. Yeah, so this book is quite good. As it says, 5 elements, 6 conditions, a Taoist approach to emotional healing, psychology, and internal alchemy. And we can bring in yoga poses to help us. In each season, we can do special yoga poses to help. Today I wanted to give you an intro into the metal element. We are in autumn. We've got fading light here. So I hope you found this interesting. Remembering, if there's one takeaway, I want you to remember that in autumn it's really nice to meditate on clear, shiny metal objects and bring that energy into your lungs. Breathing that in to the lungs. That's a lovely practice. And one other cue I always used to give in my yoga classes, which I would say is from 5 element theory, which you can do in all of your yoga classes, and you can do this at any time, and that is to smile on your face and smile in your organs. So just as you smile, really imagining smiling in your organs as well. Even if you don't feel like smiling, smiling on your face and imagining a smile in your organs is a really nice practical thing you can do throughout the day to connect in with your physical body, connect in with your organs, and look after yourself. Be compassionate, care for yourself as you go through your day. All right, lovely to see you, YouTube. I hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, bye-bye.